Alright, so let me show y'all how to process these leeks. Y'all don't mind this paint on me. I've already about halfway done this one. That's one. Alright. So what I've done, the only thing I've done to these is cut the root end off. Then after that, I just put a slice down it because it's dried papery stuff. I want to get it off. And then, hey Chrissy, I'm gonna take this whole layer off. There you have it. That falls off. I really don't want any of that either. Alright, so I pretty much peel off all the dried papery stuff, and you're left with a real pretty leek like that. That then you can go in the house and you still got to wash these suckers quite a bit. So I'll knock off all the loose stuff first. Put a slit. And it's just like an onion, so you don't want to slit too deep, because the more layers you take off, the more your leek you're taking off. Now a lot of this top stuff, it's kind of dry. I'll take the dry parts off. But the parts that seem kind of tender and edible, you can tell. When it's real tender, it just breaks right off. Then I get to a point where I just cut the whole top off. Because like, it's okay in a leek to have a little bit of the green. It doesn't have to be all white. But when you start getting up here is the part I was telling you is tough. So sometimes I'll just cut the top off to start. And then I'll peel the rest. Sometimes you can just peel them like this without cutting. It depends. Like right there is the only place it didn't go through, because I really think if I get this layer off, I think the vast majority of it is straight. Like I said, don't get carried away taking off too many layers, because you can get pretty far down into your leek. Show you this behemoth. Sometimes you can tell where to cut it to, because the leaves, the way they feel at the top, it's less firm. So a lot of this paper is gonna come off of this one. This is what happens when you leave them a bit too long. I should have harvested this before it got to this point, but it's okay. So you basically want to peel down. I'm going to peel down another layer. And I think, and like I said, you can tell when you get to the pretty layers. And the layer's not all crazy looking. I didn't cut enough root off of this. So I'm gonna go and cut a little more root off. I'm gonna plant that, because my hope is that, and this papery part up here is not good, so I don't want it. Anyway, my hope with that root is that it will leak overboard. If you got a sharp knife, you can do that. If you don't have a sharp knife, use scissors or something else. Just be careful, don't cut yourself. But yeah, this isn't hard, folks, so I hope y'all been doing all right. I've been seeing a lot of people harvesting garlic and onion and all of that. Come on now. This stuff is touching me and I'm getting paranoid. So you still gotta wash these pretty good. These probably won't be as bad as the ones in the grocery store. And what I mean by that is the ones in the grocery store, they tend to be fairly dirty. I don't know why, and they're dirty in between. I think maybe a lot of dirt gets splashed in the leaves while it's growing. Mine aren't as dirty because I don't water the way they water, so my dirt also doesn't splash. Like it will, but it doesn't really. My growing media doesn't splash the way that commercial growers. They usually grow in a much, I don't know, what they grow in is a lot different. So yeah, there's that. I didn't want to take, on the thinner ones it's harder because you don't really want to take another layer off because it starts affecting your leek at the bottom, but I think all of that is pretty. But anyway, that ain't cutting so hot. It's because it's so flimsy. But anyway, so today I forget how many watermelons I pollinated. Maybe 7 today. I think I saw some ones from a couple of days ago that took. But yeah, I saw a couple from a few days ago that took. And don't worry, y'all, I'm still gonna wash these. I still gotta, come on, get off of my finger. These can be a little sticky. The flies are so bad this year. I don't know why the flies are so bad, y'all. As soon as I get ready to spray my garlic stuff, y'all remember my garlic repellent bug, you know, it kind of repels bugs out of your yards to a point, that I sprayed last year. I want to tell y'all that stuff do work pretty good. It really does. It works much better than I thought it would. At repelling mosquitoes, flies. I mean, it's 100%? No, but y'all tell me what is 100% when it comes to repelling that kind of stuff. So, but as soon as I get ready to spray it, now there's rain in the forecast. Just my luck. Oh, come now. Oh, goodness gracious. Sometimes when I be harvesting, I be thinking to myself, see, this is the part I wish I had a maid for, or some type of worker. Because they could do all this part. They could do all of this. And I can just cook this stuff. But that's not the world that I live in, unfortunately. But at least it's kind of cool this evening. At least it's kind of cool this evening. The mosquitoes ain't too bad, and that's also, let me tell y'all something. Sometimes the reason I be moving so fast, the mosquitoes be so bad until I can't move slow because I'll become their dinner real quick. And I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying not to become mosquito dinner. Pinecone. Some of these you can cut up higher than others naturally. Like I said, you really just don't want the too papery stuff, and if the tough part of the green leaves, all of this light green, some of this papery you don't want. But anybody, I mean, my thoughts is this: if you're growing a leek, you probably have bought one from the store before, so you probably kind of know what to look for. So it's like, because I guess this is my point. I'm telling you, but some of this stuff you just have to do on your own and see and get a feel for it. And then you have a better understanding or a better idea of how to do. Because this one had a scape in it. It's gonna be kind of tough, almost. Probably I probably should have left it and let it go to seed. Yeah, that's so tough. I'm not even gonna fool with that. If you let your leeks get a scape on them, go ahead and let them go to seed. Don't cut the seed head off. I did the same thing with this one. Let me show you. You see how it kind of got a bulb on it? That's because it was going to seed. So instead of you know, producing more leaves and layers of the leek, it was putting the energy into the seed. And I don't know if y'all can see that white part in the middle. That's where that scape was. And that scape is going to be all the way through there. It's going to be tough as Dick's hatband. So that was a good thing to show y'all. So if you have any leeks that start getting a seed head on them, don't break them off. See, my thing is, I made a mistake and I thought that leek was a elephant garlic. And it wasn't. It was a leek. So I should have left the scape on because I want seeds from them. And all of the root ends that I pulled off of these leeks, I did go back and plant. I planted them back. I planted them, just stuck them in between plants, just because think about it, a leek, in order for it to make seeds, it's not going it's probably not going to get huge. It's probably just going to be a little small, especially if the root end was small. Like, see how that leek is small? So the root end was small. It's not going to get very big, so you can just kind of stick it in between something. And since it's in the allium family, hopefully the smell of it will deter hopefully the smell of it will deter pests somewhat. Y'all don't be out here thinking that this stuff will deter pests completely. Like you can just plant this stuff and then, oh, I won't have any pests. That's a lie. It helps, but you know what I'm saying. It's just like the Bible say, prayer without works is dead. And see, that's what's wrong with some of these so-called Christians. They doing all this praying, they ain't doing no working. But we won't get on that. But what I'm saying, gardening without work is dead. That's the point I'm trying to make. You know. So yeah, y'all, I'm almost through. I got a couple of more. What else did I do today? Look at that escape. I didn't see that. I should have left it. Yeah, I gotta pay attention when I'm pulling stuff. I'm not paying attention. Well, I wasn't paying attention that day. Once again, the mosquitoes have me trying to move so fast until this one though, since the escape was so little, yeah, it's this one is still tender. It's serviceable. Once that escape get a little bigger, you can cancel it. It's a wrap. And I'm just being honest, it's a wrap once that scape get a decent size, because I'm telling you, it's gonna be like eating tree bark. I don't see a lot of people growing leeks. If you've never grown leeks, is there any particular reason why you haven't grown them? A lot of people, I don't think a lot of people eat them. A lot of people may not know what to do with them. I'm gonna throw this out there. Really, a leek, basically, in my opinion, I think that had a scape in it too. Let me see. Nah. A leek has a very mild onion flavor. So if you think about a bulbing onion, if you think about a bulbing onion, with a white onion being the one with a lot of bite, even the red one, you know what? Let me tell y'all something. If you a smoker, stop. Because that smoking, it make you cough so. And I don't even see how people, that ought to be a sign. Your body is rejecting it. Like, but anyway, a leek is a mild onion. So if you think about like a red onion, they can have some bite to them, but they have a little sweetness. A white onion has quite a bit of pungency to it. If you really like that oniony flavor, you probably use white onions quite a bit. A yellow onion is a little sweeter, but still has that oniony bite. I'm talking about when raw now. Y'all see that little dirt? And see, that's the dirt you be trying to wash out from in between the layers. Y'all see it? So I got a little in there, but mine is still nowhere near how the grocery store is. So I've got all these done, but I'm gonna finish telling you. About the leeks. So if you're going down the chain, you have a shallot. A shallot is usually a little bit milder. And then you have leeks, which in my opinion, at least the ones I've tasted, are even milder than a shallot. So you say, well, why would you want a milder onion flavor? Maybe you don't love onion that much, but you like a little bit of the flavor that it gives you. So you could use something milder. Maybe you are cooking something a little bit more delicate and you want the flavors to come through, like maybe you're cooking a fish or something like that, and you want the taste of the fish, the flavors of the fish to really come through, whatever particular fish you're cooking. Maybe that's what you're looking for. And I'm not talking about necessarily fried fish. I'm talking about other ways of cooking fish, pan searing, or you know, something like that, grilling, you know, something like that, or maybe a dish to where, like I said, the fish isn't going to be fried per se. So yeah, that's where you might want to use a leek at. Leek and potato soup is a pretty common recipe, but there's a ton of recipes. Y'all go look up some recipes for leeks, and I'm gonna show y'all what I got. So these are my leeks. Wait a minute. I got the tops in here. I got grass in here. Y'all don't worry, I'm gonna wash these leeks before I freeze them. But yeah, y'all, this is what I got after they're cleaned. All of this, I'll pick through and get the green leaves, like I told you, that I want to use when I boil them in a soup and then take them back out. But all the dried paper and stuff is gonna be compost. I got these onions, my onions that I harvested with the leeks. I still got them drying out a little bit. So I got that going on. But yeah, y'all, till next time, see you guys later.